people, it is so sad to say, but me just a get for find out, say, all of the 5 persons who died in the motor vehicle accident on Sunday morning along the Salt Marsh Main Road in Trelawny were taxi operators. The disclosure was made by Editor Newman, President of the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services.
The public transport sector has been plunged into darkness this morning. Sadness, grief, as we lost 5 of our prominent taxi operators, 4 male, 1 female, in a tragic accident in Trelawny this morning. They were en route from Spanish Town to Hanover for a function, and they made their demise in Trelawny. It is a sad moment. These guys were outstanding, outspoken members of the transport sector based in Spanish Town. They were also part of the what we call People's Choice Transportation Group, a very active transport group there out there in Spanish Town and Kingston. At that time of the morning, the road, that piece of road between Runaway Bay and Trelawny is into St. James is a simple piece of road, and the Jew was on the road at that hour of the morning. They don't know the road that well, and they were taking the curve like they are not straight, and that place is a place prone to accidents, and they take that curve and could not make it, swung to the right into some trees and then into a utility pole, a concrete utility pole.
Me go warn you again about Trelawny. When you not drive no car, when you not save no money and buy no look all iron. Think all iron, Whether van, truck, car or whatever you not drive. You see, once you reach Trelawny, careful. You have to drive careful on a Salt Marsh. You hear the name Salt Marsh? From Salt Marsh through on a Duncans, a death trap, You hear me I tell you? The amount of people dead around there, so. You have a corner. When you pass Salt Marsh and go around and go down the little hill, if you go up so, and go around the corner by police, man. You don't know what me attack, I don't drive for the blood that road every day. God bless your soul. I want you to listen to me good. You know I got dead. Yeah, I have 5 people dead around there. In our minivan. A whole heap of people that will lose one time.
People, it is a very sad moment, May I tell you? 5 taxi operators died in a crash. Can you imagine that? 5 families are left in mourning right now. May I tell you, I know some of them have kids. You see? Boy, trust me, youth, in a normal. People, you see? I don't think the road are the problem, It's the drivers. The road is not the problem because the road already built how it fi build. So you fi drive the right and proper way. When you see corner, you take your time, cut your speed way down. Because you and corner are no friend. You hear me I tell you? A matter of fact, you and the road is not friend. So you have to drive properly because the road can't drive for you. Well, I'm not telling you, like, this is more than terrible. 5 one time and a 5 taxi operators. So nobody couldn't tell you one way I drive. Say, watch ya, take your time, no brother. Boy, me I tell you, youth. Me hear somebody say, them now go to church, but them a left to go for a dance. It rough. Trust me, everybody have different things to say right now because of 5 person one time in a one accident, and it could have been avoided. Because it's not like say I know driver drive the car, a professional driver, taxi driver. So you have know better. If you don't know the road, take your time. Anyway, Lisa Hanna have a message for each and every one of us. Make we listen.
Whether you're in Kingston or country scrolling through TikTok or Instagram, or you're posting on X, or you are already in the United States, maybe working 2 jobs, going to school, or doing something to send money back home. If you are a young person, hear me now, because your phone knows more about your future than your passport does. And the US government, they're watching. So this isn't about paranoia. This is about foreign policy. The new kind of geopolitics that is shaping your digital future. Because biometrics aren't just fingerprints and photos anymore. Today, they include your digital DNA, your likes, your shares, your retweets or re-X's. I don't even know what that is called, re-X's. Your hashtags, your follows, who follow you. Even the meme from 2015 you forgot you posted. It's all a part of your digital DNA. And since 2019, almost all US visa applicants are required to submit their social media handles. And they want 5 years of your online life. Just hand it over. And that's not for curiosity, not for clicks, not to say, let me see what she was wearing or, who follows her, but it's for character evaluation. Because the Department of Homeland Security and the US State Department have systems, automated and human, for scanning the public internet, not to check your spelling, but to assess your beliefs, your values, and your fit. And even though we're not in the Cold War anymore, and some of you need to go back and look at what that means, but this is a new era of what I call algorithmic diplomacy. Yeah, because conflicts unfold now in the comment sections, and alliances are forged in hashtags. And geopolitics, global geopolitics, well, it's trending. And you are part of that feed. And geopolitics, and when I say global geopolitics, I know it may sound redundant, but it has to do with the entire political leanings and what's being discussed in the world and how countries are working with one another. And everybody now is holding a line. So let's be fair. Every country has a right to protect its borders, even Jamaica. And we do. We choose who enters. We choose what to ask them. Does this person reflect our values? Do they understand our story? And other countries do too. And whether you like it or not, your digital self speaks even before you open your mouth at immigration, before you get to the embassy. When you submit that application, already there's a domino effect before you even get to that window to speak to somebody. And that's not theory, that's reality. And here in Jamaica, our silence is costing us. Where's the guidance? Where's the public education? Our young people are walking blindly into digital traps, not because they're criminals, but because they're unaware. Or the influencers are not talking about it either. So one retweet, one sarcastic post, one Instagram story that crosses a wrong line that you may have thought was funny and you shared because it was shared many times. And your dream of a visa, a scholarship, a job, or just being a tourist is denied. Not because you were wrong, but because you were flagged. Truthfully. So let that sink in. Because you need to understand that your online voice can become your immigration verdict. And at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, this is not a call to silence. We need to wake up. We need to get smart. We need to stop pretending that social media is private. We need to stop encouraging young people to speak their truth without preparing them for how that truth will be received or what that consequence is. And we need to teach digital strategy, not just digital freedom. So, as I said, I don't want you to be silent. I want you to be wise. If you don't hold a US passport, or if you're not a part of the European Union or if you don't have, put it this way, if you don't have a G7 passport, and you can look up what a G7 passport is, or if you don't hold a Singaporean passport, go and look up all the countries in the world where the passports are like maybe the top 20. If you don't hold one of those, right, you don't have full protection. And even if you do, remember, the internet never forgets because countries are now looking. So scroll with discernment, comment with caution, post with purpose, because today social media is a part of foreign affairs and foreign policy. It's a part of immigration policy. It's a part of national security. So the choice is yours. Choose wisely.